some. What's up, guys? Welcome. We just got done, as you can see, with Alien Earth. And I'm just going to come right out and say, I love it. It is a good time to be an Aliens fan. This is the kind of Aliens content I love. We are eating good at Disney. What is going on? Fox was the problem. They didn't know how to handle the license. Predator's doing well. Aliens is now doing well. Romulus was awesome. We're getting a sequel to Romulus. We get this television series that is amazing. Everyone needs to see this. This, to me, is worth the Hulu subscription, or I guess it's Disney Plus now. Hulu's going away next year, but this Disney Plus subscription, this is the best Aliens content. This guy also understands Alien the way Fedez does. And this is how it should have been. And I can't even tell it's a TV show. Seems like little mini movies we're getting, little hour mini movies. And honestly, I've always wanted to know what was going on Earth. You know, we saw it was in a deleted scene in Alien Resurrection that Earth was a wasteland when Ripley visited. But they cut it for a reason. It wasn't all that great. And this amazing series that shows what's going on in Earth. There's an interplay between the four biggest corporations. So it's like a corpo war. You got a new corporation here called Prodigy that's getting under the skin of Weyland-Yutani. Of course, Weyland-Yutani's doing classic Weyland-Yutani shit with their deep space vessel with specimens on it that crash lands on Earth. And this is essentially the story of Alien Earth, and it is really good. The atmosphere, amazing. The sets, fantastic. The audio, great. The music, very Aliens, very appropriate. The actors, good. There's a few here that I'd like to talk about, but I'd say for the most part, some really fascinating stuff. And then there's only one subplot that I'm like, I'm gonna give you a few more episodes to see whether I decide. But the interplay between, I don't know, the show opens perfectly with Mother going, that classic 80s green text writing that it's like there's basically three pathways that humanity is searching for immortality. You have the cyborgs, you have the synths, which we've seen in all the Alien films, the guy that got the white blood, and Bishop and that, and Ash, and then we have the hybrids. And that's kind of what this series is focusing on, their central character, Wendy, who is this hybrid. So in these first two episodes, so the series opens with two. I think that was a great idea to give us two episodes. So I guess this is going to be weekly. I don't know how many episodes there are. I'm going to look this up. But goddamn, it's a good time to be an Aliens fan. I had a lot of fun. I was intrigued. I'm wondering where it's going. I mean, ultimately, because this is kind of a prequel, I know where they set this. It's like on the timeline, this is like 2 years before Alien Prometheus. It's 2 years before Alien Prometheus. So eventually, I'm sure they're going to cover it up. The corporations, the fact that all this stuff on Earth.
That's what they do.
They're going to cover shit up. Yeah, but ultimately, I am interested to see how this story resolves.
So they're going to nuke it from orbit.
And nuke it from orbit. 8 episodes I just figured out, and each one is going to be weekly. And if they are at that length that these two were, about an hour, the first one like an hour, 10 minutes, this one like an hour, I think it can do it. I'd be fascinated enough to keep watching. So, amazing. Hit it out of the park. I did not expect this level of content. What did you guys think of Alien Earth?
I'm loving it. This is some great stuff right here. It's got the horror elements here. I'm loving the gore, and I didn't think they were going to show that much gore and that much blood.
This is not Disney Plus. That's for damn sure.
No,
this may be the first time ever. This may be the first time ever there's been this amount of gore on the platform.
Yeah, I'm loving it. This is what fucking happens when this fucking xenomorph is attacking things. You see a fucking torso just crawling across. I'm like, okay, we went there. This
Yeah.
is great. I'm loving everything about this. The stories. Probably the thing you're talking about is the Wendy and Joe aspect.
Yes, you knew what I was
Yeah.
hitting at. I'm shaky on that, but I'm
yeah.
willing to give it one or
Same,
two more episodes.
Same, because I'm in the same boat as you. Like, that's a little bit weaker, but with the
Joe's
synthetics.
in the series. The only
it's
thing
a
is Joe
different-
kind of looks out of place, but maybe
Yeah.
that's the point, and we'll get to it.
But I do like it because it kind of gives them emotion. Some for these synthetics now, because usually you don't really care; they're just robots. But this one has some more charm, personality. So it's working out for me so far. But this is a great show. I'm loving the sets, the atmosphere.
The lore is so good to see all the different weapon designs and all the different
Yeah.
tech and all the different retro yet futuristic stuff.
It doesn't look cheap.
No.
It's like, how much money did they spend? Because
I
like you
know.
see shows like you said, Halo, Rings of Power. I'm
Right.
like this is how you do it.
Right.
This is television.
This looks better than Halo. This looks better than Rings of Power, and that spent $500 million.
Yeah, and this is a TV show, but it's like movies. Like each episode is a movie, and it's great.
Yeah, it's definitely over. It's got to be over $100 million.
God, like, there's no way they're making money on this. This is going to be a loss leader. We'll probably never see anything like it. Please go
Watch
out
it,
and
though.
watch
It's-
this thing.
So
Support
far,
this thing.
these 2 episodes are worth the watch.
I'm going to tweet right now. Holy crap, go watch this.
Yeah, I mean, if you get Hulu, you get to watch Shogun, which is another just like killer.
Yes.
This is what HBO kind of used to do, where they used to make must-watch TV, and then now it's FX doing it. It's big and it's expensive, and it's a really good start. It's gory. We're getting all the hints, right? We're not getting an incredible amount of. It's only been 2 episodes, right? But like they're setting up that there's going to be horror. They've set up that there's going to be creepy ass aliens that do really
Yes.
fucked up shit, and it's really interesting. They're setting some up the family stuff that like you guys, I'm way less interested in, but we haven't had any time with it, and so of course naturally it's going to be the weakest part. But this is something that I do want to watch. I do want to see where they're going, and I hope that they don't let their foot up off the gas.
No.
It's like I want more of the action. I want more long horror sections, because some of them were a little quick. It's like I want to live in that moment and be like, oh my god, and be uncomfortable as a little thing is skittering around and laying eggs in your ear or whatever it is. It's like there's some creepy stuff in here, and it's great. And so it's like more of this, please.
Yeah, I kind of want to wait and just binge watch it.
I know. I wish I could watch them all at once. All 8 hours, Joe. Holy fuck, that's a whole day of aliens. Yeah. I think that Noah Hawley, who wrote the series, directed the first episode, takes some direction. I think 2 or 3 episodes he directs, but wrote the whole series with some help here and there in certain episodes. This guy gets it, man. And I also think he does something extremely smart. So for Aliens fans, too, for not only for mass casuals, but for Aliens fans, it's kind of hard. Okay, I'm an Alien fan. I've seen all the Alien films. I've read almost all of the Alien comics. So I know like what the aliens are all about. I know their life cycle. I know their threat. And so, you could argue as you're a creator and you're creating something, you're like, part of my audience kind of, I don't know if the aliens have that kind of threat anymore. They're always going to have the threat and the fear, but the fear of the unknown is slightly gone, right? And so what he did is he did this genius move where it's like, well, there's other creatures, okay? So these other creatures that aren't the alien give you that, what the fuck is this? What does it do? What is about to happen? Holy shit, that's gross with the cat, Joe. That shit is crazy. And I love that he adds this extra dimension.
Yeah.
Because I've always wondered, the alien colonial marines who are probably maybe already existing now or are about to be formed in this early, thing. Because I think this is 50 years before the Aliens films where you see the colonial marines. On their ships, they had bug hunt. They were already developed, right? And they used these advanced weaponry, even though they didn't know the Xenos existed. So there had to be something else out there. There had to be other alien life forms, and this pretty much confirms it. That there are other alien life forms out there that are crazy and threatening and gross. And what happens if you combine the alien with these things? Because the alien kind of takes the form of, whatever its bursts and life cycle and gestates from. I don't know if they'll combine like that in this. They don't need to, because each creature that he's created for this series is fascinating. And if they want to do creature feature, like one episode for each kind of new creature, that I'm down with that. And then by the end, we kind of wrap up the aliens and wrap up this synth cyborg hybrid storyline.
Yeah, because there's so many alien toys that you never really saw them in the movies.
Oh, shut up, Joe! You didn't bring up the Kenner toys. There was, I had this
a whole
one,
bunch of random ones.
Ajax, who was like a hidden alien guy. He was like red and black. It was a red
Would
and
you
orange.
Want to see him in here?
It's really cool. They're not gonna do that piece mechanical stuff. Anyways, it's cool as shit, and I really enjoyed it. You could tell the passion's there. You can tell the emphasis on horror, tension, building, things like crawling in the background. I watched it twice, and the second time I noticed there was a set error. Somebody accidentally, when they're talking in the hallway about their brother-sister relationship, somebody accidentally moves one of the wires. It's just the wires are just hanging there, but then it moves. But see, everything feels like it could be, who knows? Maybe there was a face hugger that crawled, past there. Or maybe it's one of them creepy little bug aliens that we see, these
you see little hints, like you
tarantula-looking
see
things.
like some silhouette going by, a hand. I'm like, so every scene, I'm always looking at the back.
There's
as well.
purposeful stuff there, but I think this one was actually an accident.
Just in case.
But it still seems purposeful because they have been setting it up throughout the whole series. And yeah, it's a really, really good time to be an Aliens fan. I didn't expect this level of quality, which is crazy. It's kind of sad to me now, because now that I think about it, almost every little series that I've seen on Hulu has really, had the passion. I don't know if it's Hulu initiatives that are doing this or Hulu executives picking the right creative teams, because, Predators was good, Prey, Hunter x Hunter. I think they had a funny cartoon series in Marvel for MODOK or something. Not all the jokes hit, but, and then Hit Monkey and all these other things. Shogun. That's FX, yeah. So there's really good talent there, and if that is being absorbed by Disney Plus, and we're losing, I don't know if we're losing the executives that are making these good creative decisions. It makes me worry. Is Disney Plus going to take it over, and from here we're going to fuck up the Aliens and Predators, or are we going to continue? So I feel like we're going to continue it, because they're like, we want to continue with Fidesz, we want to continue with Noah Hawley. Why
would you fuck up something like that? It's like, look, people are loving it, they're back into it.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going. I mean, like, Disney's been giving the keys to the castles to the people who've been doing better for them in the last couple of years. Imagine it's just they're like, hey, we're just changing the name on the building.
I love this new character, Morrow. He is a cyborg, so it's the first time we've seen a cyborg. In fact, I think they're retconning the fuck, because I don't think they're cyborgs in the current canon. And a lot of people are like pointing out inconsistencies in the canon, blah, blah, this. I don't give a fuck, okay? The creator has alluded to maybe it being in its own timeline, but leaving it open to where it can assimilate and turn into real canon. If so, I don't give a fuck about that. So as long as you're I could already see Alex is agreeing, right?
I was wondering how. I think Ridley Scott's a fucking moron half the time. I think he's a no talent ass clown.
Yeah.
So some of my favorite movies are Ridley Scott movies, and
Yeah.
I think he's genius half the time, and the rest of the time I just don't know where the fuck it comes from. And Ridley Scott has shit on his own legacy so many fucking times that it's impossible to have. It's like to not do something that's like, well, Ridley Scott. It's like, who gives a fuck what that guy said?
Yeah.
He makes terrible fucking movies half the time.
Or he makes really good ones, and he sets it up, and you're like, okay, let's see it, and then he fucks it up the next film, his own lore. You set up some real cool shit in Prometheus, and then she flies off, and Shaw and David, and then the next film, no, fuck all that, I'm doing something else. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, that's an Alien 3 situation. You don't fuck all that and our favorite character. Oh, they're all fucking dead. Just fuck all that. We're doing something else. No, why'd you repeat the same mistake? So I don't give a fuck. whether it's canon or not, or whether they canonize it, is a great story. And for me now, I am willing to accept that there are cyborgs in the world. Or maybe the cyborgs were prototype cyborgs and there were far fewer of them, to 100 in the galaxy, versus synths, which are way more popular with working Joes and the Davids and the Bishops. And there are millions of synths because those are the guys that ultimately won by the end of this series, maybe.
They all get nuked and there's no evidence of any of this ever happening.
And the hybrids are all killed, and there's like one, Wendy, and she's special, and she can be like a Ripley going forward. I'm cool as fuck. I'm cool as shit with that. And then, since Wendy is, I don't know, can live forever, we can actually, all these characters are eventually going to die of old age till we get where we currently are in the canon, and Wendy could still show up if she's a successful character, if we like her by the end. But yeah, I was just starting from Morrow, and then you have Timothy Oliphant's character. He looks hilarious because I see the white hair. It doesn't work too well on him, but I'm willing to continue to give him a chance because a lot of people don't know there's a connection that Alien had and Aliens has to Blade Runner. So there's mentions of the Tyrell Corporation, and the Tyrell Corporation is the one that makes the synthetics in, and that's typed out on the screen for Blade Runner. And so these universes may technically be the same universe, and I like that. And so he reminds me of the what's the actor? The guy that has the white hair in Blade Runner, and he's talking about, off of the planets of Jupiter and the things that I've seen. He reminds me of that character. I think that's kind of what they were going for, that kind of thing.
Rutger Hauer?
Yes. Yeah. And so I'm curious where they go with him, and he's clearly some kind of synthetic, maybe a unique synthetic or something. But very interested in this. And loving all the characters that they've created for it, and I'm along for the ride. Yep. This is a collaboration between FX, Scott Free, that's Ridley Scott because he made Aliens, and then 26 Keys Productions, who I think are doing the majority of it. So well done, well fucking done. There are some plots that are better than others, and there are some interesting mysteries, and we'll get to that in our spoilers discussion. But let's go ahead and give it a season premiere rating, if you would combine the first two episodes, and then we'll go into our breakdown, and I'll give you individual episode ratings. But as a premiere, what are you guys thinking, Alien Earth?
This is going to be a 9. It's up there. Great show. It's got me intrigued. I want to see more of this. And not much to complain. A little bit of nitpicks here and there, but 9 overall.
It's nice to have a series come out and not have to take 3 episodes to get interesting, Just be boom, right here. First episode, we interesting. There was even a moment, when the ship is flying towards Earth, where it smashes to black, and I'm like, okay, next episode, I'm ready to go. I'm ready. And then I looked at the remote, and it was only halfway into the episode. I'm like, all right, let's go. And then it gets, honestly, that first episode is like 2 really good episodes.
Well, that's one of the 45 3-minute breaks you get if you actually watch on Hulu with ads. Because
that's
Hulu
what it is. Hulu trash. Do not watch this with ads. Please don't. It will ruin the atmosphere. It will ruin the pacing. Look, I think the non-ad version is like $4 to $5 less every month. For this 1 or 2 months that this series is running until September 23rd, go for the non-ads, okay?
Bullshit,
it's worth the extra $10 not to deal with ads. Seriously.
Hate it.
Yeah, I agree with Joe. I think there's a couple little things that, it's not that I don't like them. It's just that I just think they're weaker than how strong some of the other things are going. Yep. But we're trending in the right direction. Like, I want to see more horror. I want to see more action. I want to see more of these individual aliens. I want to see them mangle more human beings. Like, show me the fodder, because, we have all of these new characters that we're not sure how durable. I mean, we're assuming they're incredibly durable. So it's like, give me a bunch of survivors that, walk up to the other alien and let's see what that eyeball thing does. Let's see what that pod thing does. Yes. So it's like, if we keep our foot on the gas, I mean, this series absolutely could be a 10 out of 10. But for now, with some stuff that is not as strong as the other stuff, I think a 9.
Yes, sir. 9. Easy 9. I was thinking 10. You know me, because look at all this shit I got, right? But no, I want to, cue in my critic brain. I got it for Superman. Got flack for Superman. But my critic brain, this is a 9 out of 10. And fan brain, it could be a 10 out of 10. But there are some things, the director loves crossfades. I'm still trying to figure out, do I like this crossfade, direct creative style? I don't want it to become excessive. It's all right where it is, but we'll keep an eye on that. And like the boys were saying, some subplots are less interesting, but could become more interesting later on. And these are ultimately nitpicks as it goes on. There's a lot of modern music and modern references. So as they're doing plenty of talking about Agatha Christie and Reggie Jackson.
Agatha Christie's a classic.
And I know, so I guess it stands the test of time. Or maybe in the future, shit sucks, and people are just still watching old stuff and doing old stuff, doing the classics. So I'm willing to, go beyond that, and but we'll see as it goes forward. So 9 out of 10 for me. All right, so that's it pretty much. Just some. Let's go into the breakdown. Hey guys, welcome to the spoiler section and the breakdown. So we begin the series with these amazing quick cuts to Alien 1, kind of feeling it's, Alien 1 kind of did this and setting up the thing, and it just builds that tension. It lets you know that there's an explosion and chaos about to spread on this ship. So it builds it. And then we get nice paced scenes that isn't TikTok, fucking pacing and Minecraft pacing. People are just like the first one. The crew, these space truckers with patches on their arms, they're all talking, they're setting it up. And we don't get a lot of this in these 2 episodes, but I almost know that there's going to be a flashback at some point to show the events of what happened. Because they set up this Asian guy, and he's real creepy looking.
He is.
And he's always looking at people. Is he a synthetic? But synthetics don't usually need to be in the pod sleeping, but he gets up out of a pod sleeping. So is he a synthetic? Is he not? Or does he get orders from Weyland-Yutani to just fucking unleash this shit and see what the experiments will do? I don't know. It's interesting. So I'm pretty sure we'll get that. Meanwhile, we get the story. We get to 5 corporations. Apparently, there's 5. I thought there was 4, but there's 5.
There's a new one.
And I don't know. Prodigy's the new one. We have Dynamic Prodigy, Weyland-Yutani. I don't know the other 2.
There's the Japanese one.
No, Yutani is the Japanese. So Weyland is British and Yutani is Japanese. And they by this time they have merged.
Oh, I thought there was another one that...
There might be another Japanese one in addition to Yutani.
Was a different one.
Yeah. It would be cool if Tyrell was one of them, because that would be confirmation. But they purposefully don't name those 2, maybe to allow this kind of stuff. Meanwhile, we get that Mr. Tang. His name is Mr. Tang Tension, where, they're talking, they're having a good time. Then when Mr. Tang says something, everybody's like, fuck this guy. This guy's weird. And...
Yeah, he's a weirdo. I mean, he also talks like he's a synth too. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like, give it to me in months, not seconds. He's got to be a synth.
Yeah, he's like 8 trillion seconds. It's like, all right, lady, just tell me how old your baby is. I don't need it. My baby is 192 months. Stop it.
Yeah. Maybe it's in the chamber to make everybody else feel, comfortable, or when you're going that far out. Now, there is a bit in my head of a logic jump.
Okay, found him.
Yeah.
So it's Weyland-Yutani, Prodigy, Lynch, Dynamic, and Threshold.
Lynch and Threshold. Never heard of these 2. I'll have to look them up. I love the lore, guys. All right. So, I'm so excited. But there's a logic jump here. And because everything else is so well executed, I'm willing to swallow it and absorb it. They say they collected specimens. I'm like, God damn, and they lost men while collecting specimens. It would have been nice to seen a military arm on board, some Weyland-Yutani mercenaries in their white, armor and shit that we've seen in expanded universe stuff. That would have been cool because it's like, oh, okay, I believe that you get this dangerous creature and that dangerous creature, and you've already encountered the aliens and you've got an alien egg. But it almost looks as if it's just a bunch of space truckers and mechanics going out there and harvesting it, which could work too, but it would be nice to see some of it.
Because they already contained it, so they just gave it to the scientists.
Yeah, it's like we just have to assume that someone else.
These are the truckers.
These are the truckers. And they have one scientist lady.
The ship lands on a planet.
Like,
the military.
Here you go. We did all that work, so take it.
But you would probably put some mercenaries on there as well just to lock it down. If these things are valuable.
That is Weyland-Yutani's fault.
They do that shit all the time, saving money. All right, anyways, they lost a ton of men getting the specimen. We get quick cuts on dramatic stings, great music here, and we cut away to Prodigy Island. And what happens here? It's called Neverland.
Neverland.
They got this Disney, and luckily now that they're owned by Disney, they could just use the footage from Peter Pan.
Yeah, we have the boy genius, boy Cavalier. He is taking these kids that are pretty much going to die and then going to transport their mind into synthetics.
Yeah, kind of like super powered robot bodies. And so we find Marcy is the first one. And then we kind of get a brief introduction. And then she's super strong. She can like leap 70, 80 feet down a cliffside, and she runs super fast, but she still very much has the mind of a child. So that's kind of the problem right now is they kind of have to grow into their adult mind while in this really powerful body.
Yeah, and we get a lot of creative camera tricks and angles here. It's interesting to watch as they bring in the other kids and they put these kids on this platform that transfers the consciousness. The camera kind of, dips and spins, and it's really well done. I like it when people show off this level of skill. It's not just shot, reverse, like a Hallmark movie. There's creativity here. There's passion here. There's experimentation
of
stuff.
Hallmark. Lacey Chabert's got to eat.
Who?
She's one of the mean girls.
How the fuck do you even? Oh, you too?
Yeah, she does. Her and like all the other washed up people just do nothing but Hallmark movies. Right.
Paycheck's paycheck, man.
I love the cyborg. How he's so calm when the ship is in out of fucking control mode. He's just calm. He's just on Mother doing his Mother thing. I'm like, this is the creepy shit.
Well, he's got a pod. He's like, I don't get to die. You all get to get eaten by the eyeball monster and the pod monster and that monster.
This remind me of that one time that me, Joe, and Alex played the Alien RPG, and I was like, Joe, help me! What is going on? Open the door! And Joe's like, I'm not responding to you. And I'm like, Joe, why are you not responding to me? And he's like, I'm not responding. I'm like, we're playing the role-playing game. Say something to me. Open the fucking door. And he had his own agenda.
I won.
And I was fucking mad. It was amazing.
I won.
Anyways, here
we just see him sabotaging and just not helping everyone. He's talking to Mother. So like I'm curious, who the fuck is he taking orders from? Like what's going on?
Yeah, Weyland-Yutani and Mother. So I'm thinking that he was in an escape ship, but no, it's like a danger room or something that he can survive. And puts on a mask, and the alien almost gets him, tries to claw to him, but can't get to him. Great scene, cool fucking scene. The alien is great looking. There's a lot of practical effects here. So much so that one time the alien didn't look quite so good because it was literally a practical suit. But when you do that, I don't care. Like, I like it. I like the hokiness. There's also a bad green screen where it's more like not a green screen, but a fucking projection screen in the back with showering thing.
Yeah.
And it looks like that exact same thing in Aliens, where the dropship was rolling. But it looks just for a mega fan, you're seeing all the passion and love and creativity in recreating the feeling of Alien and Aliens, and it's all here. So anyways, that there's a natural halfway point, which does have another logic leap, which I don't know if I will absorb because it's so well. Earth, there's no way, there's no fucking other ships or security or defense platforms or anything having to do with Earth. If we're an intergalactic species now, there's no way. And you know that there's alien life forms elsewhere. So this ship just gets to careen towards Earth with no military intervention or anything at all and slam into a city. That kind of shit can cause nuclear explosions and nuclear fallouts and stuff. But I'm allowing it because it's so cool. So eventually, that ship comes crashing through the city in an awesome scene that looks like we're at a movie, not TV budget, hitting buildings, flying over these Marines. I'll just call them these National Guard because they're not full Marines yet. They're Prodigy search and rescue
soldiers. Yeah, the
Weyland-Yutani
ship crashes into the Prodigy territory. So it's like, hey, this is my stuff.
It's mine now.
It's mine now.
It's mine.
No, it's...
Because in the future,
like, nope.
It's like fucking Shadowrun, where everything's run by corporations and there's corporate wars, and it's like that shit is my territory, it's mine now.
Yeah.
All the laws. Well, what about laws? I own the police in this area. I own all the judges in this area.
Talk to my lawyer.
Talk to my lawyers. We know what lawyers do.
That's what lawyers are for. This could just all be corporate espionage.
Yeah.
And they're like, we know we're just going to destroy you by unleashing, testing this biological weapon.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
it's a very expensive-looking show with great sets, CGI, atmosphere. The only person is Joe. Joe to me kind of looks out of place looking. Joe is like if McLovin from, what's the movie? American Pie? No, that's a different one.
No,
McLovin was in Superbad. If McLovin was in Aliens, I'm willing to roll with Joe here for a while to see if he grows on me.
He was so good in Andor, but it seems weird that he's in this. So.
it's kind of believable.
I forgot this motherfucker
because he's just
was
the
in
medic.
Andor.
He's not the badass. So
That's
he's
why
the medic.
it's believable.
Yeah.
He's the skinny guy.
He's just
he
there
works
to
out with the
tend
rest
to
of the people,
people.
but he looks, maybe it's on purpose. He kind of got, and then one of his outfit, I don't like, gives me Burke vibes, because you don't want to give me Burke vibes, but he's not Burke. He's got a heart because he's constantly
it's more
helping.
believable for that.
His sister is constantly, watching him, and she wants to meet him again and reunite, and she uses this crisis in order to take her moment. She sees him going out. Actually, there was a flash. I think this is in the second episode, though, so I'll save it for them. But eventually, she convinces, let's see.
Boy Cavalier.
Boy Cavalier to send her out. And he does. He's like, well, we created these things. Let's see what they can do. Send her in the reserve team. They send 3 ships, and they send some soldiers. And I'm like, good. That could be fodder for aliens to be killing. Yeah. And we do get that. And they're kids. They're. I'm surprised I didn't equip them with anything. But honestly, they weren't prepared for this, so they didn't train. They don't have this and that.
She has a paper cutter. Joe.
She does. Oh, that was a weird thing.
It is.
That reminds me.
That's pretty stupid.
I don't know what that's from. I've seen it in a movie before where somebody rips. Huh?
Megan.
It was in Megan.
Yeah, Megan.
But I think it was like.
It's like, look, you're a trillionaire. Just have some weapons there. It's like, here, get some weapons.
Yeah, and it's her back magnetic.
Yes.
It just looks like there's a magnetic.
Oh yeah, naturally. Yeah.
Okay, I was
this
wondering.
This kind of felt weird. I didn't like that part.
Yeah. You thought it was cringe.
Yeah, it's a little nitpick for me.
I think it's appropriate because she's 12, and it's like that's what you do when you're 12 years old. Let's go.
But not with the paper cutter.
Yeah,
she's going against.
I like it.
Yeah, they don't know that because it's like people in horror movies don't know they're in horror movies. They don't know that there's anything there. They just think it's a crash spaceship until later on, and that's what the biggest logic leap in this entire show is. Once the Prodigy people get there, they realize it's a science vessel, and then there's dead people everywhere. They're like, we're going deeper. It's like, no, the fuck you're not. You're quarantining this whole thing because you don't know what any of this stuff is. This doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I did like they dropped some lines. It's like, let's let the hazmat team handle that. Let's let the investigation team. So there's other teams coming, but since they're search and rescue, they keep pushing forward. But when they start seeing this kind of shit, they're like, hold up.
It's
waiting for reinforcements.
It's more cynical of me. It's like, oh, you guys are bringing more people in?
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's what I want.
More kills.
Yeah.
Damn.
I want to see what that flower one does to a human being.
Yeah,
we're going to get that. That's probably why it's not attacking these people, because they're not technically humans. They're synths. So anyways, I love the new lore. I love the small touches like the pulse rifle. See, this is a pulse rifle. This is based on a M1A1 Thompson. And if you look at the lore and in the background of the Aliens films, you'll see that there are the British L-85s. And you can see in this show that their pulse rifles are similar to this, but they're based on another real-world gun. Did you recognize the real-world gun, Alex? He's probably the only one. It's the Steyr AUG.
Oh, yeah.
So it's another bullpup, just like the British L85.
That everyone hates.
It's a Steyr AUG, and it's been upgraded. And then even if you look at the pistol, you can kind of see the back of these pistols have a modern kind of thing, but then a front end. It's really cool.
They're like bricks.
Yeah.
Why does it need to be that tall?
And then we get the scene where the soldiers are, enter the building, and there's, the stuff has, disrupted the building, and then they can go inside the ship, and it's like scary. I'm like, fuck this. And then the soldiers are inside the fucking lab, and they're like, what the fuck is? Let's leave. Let's get out of here. And then
one's crawling down.
Oh yeah.
And then just starts going on his.
Yeah, it's a fucking used condom insect that lands on his shoulder. I mean, that's what it is. It's an empty bag.
This is another logic leap where it's like, wait a minute, you would have felt that.
Oh,
and
for
the
sure.
bug does nothing, so it must have been sitting on his collar.
But you would feel it. Though, 'cause
super still.
He acknowledges
for an
it
hour
for a little bit. But he's like,
right.
It's nothing.
Yeah, it just sits
No,
still there.
I
No, I
would've-
wouldn't sit still. He would have dealt with it right then. But we're planting the seed. It's to set tension up for the
Yeah,
audience.
yeah.
At first, my dumb ass, I thought it was like a little fishing hook and someone was lowering the thing because, I'm thinking, Waylon Yutani, they want to do experiments.
There's a guy with.
Yeah, there's a guy.
I'm gonna get you.
No, it's like a spider. It's its own gross mucus.
It's a tick. It's disgusting.
And it lands on the person. It doesn't kill him yet, but then that's when the cyborg busts out of his danger room, and he runs into these two, and he threatens them, has them tie themselves up in the lab. He's like, back in the lab. I'm like, hell no. I'd rather you just kill me because I know this lab is not a good place to be. I'd rather just die from a gunshot than these things because he forces them to tie up, and that's when the bugs come out. And fucking, it's a tick. Yeah, it sucks all of his at an extremely high rate. I'm surprised they didn't go. That might have been too much, but
Like the mummy. Yeah.
I mean, the other ones they found were completely desiccated and kind of like shriveled up too. So it's like those things can suck.
And that's even worse for the other soldier that gets to watch all that and hear all
Yes,
that. And then one drops on him, and he's like,
Oh, fuck.
Joe is like, man, I'm be smashing my head
Yeah, I'm
against
gonna die.
bite
I'm
it.
gonna bite it.
They didn't move.
Joe's
all
like, you
that
want to
much?
bite that with all the gross mucus and
I'd rather have
blood?
that than it suck me off.
Yeah.
And die.
Hear me out.
And die.
Okay.
And die. No, I'm not going to hear you out. You're
And
crazy.
die.
So, yeah. And then we get more of some crossfades. And that's when Timothy Oliphant's character is like Kirsch or something, is trying to explain to these children that, humans, they live and they die, and you once were food, and now you think you guys are awesome because you're going across the universe, but there's always something. You've just convinced yourself you're not food. You're still food because there's other stuff out there that you guys haven't. I love it. It works. And then just like a little kid would, she's like, my brother's not going to die. Yeah, even your brother's going to die. No, he's not. I'm going to save him. So either she's going to, number one, she's going to save him in the next episode. Number two, she's going to turn him into a fucking hybrid like they are. What is she meaning by all this? And that plants the seed there. And yeah, and then I had to look up who this Noah Hawley was because he did such a good job. He did Fargo on FX, which I hear is really good, and Legion on FX. I know the Legion movie was awful. I guess the Legion series was good. This one was like a 9 out of 10, maybe even a 10 out of 10 for episode 1. What did you guys think?
9.
Yeah. Moving on to episode 2. This one,
Mr. October.
it slides a tiny bit for me, but it's good in other ways. It reminds me of Predator 2 vibes. When Predator 2, Donald Glover goes in there, they got them Jamaicans with their costumes and all strung up and blood everywhere with orange lights everywhere. I'm like, this is Predator 2 vibes up in here. So you have these rich fucks and their little fucking
That's
white
kind of a
wigs
stupid scene, but out loud because of what happened.
We need more
Because of
people.
what
We need a body
happened,
count.
yeah.
And then dudes in 2 pieces crawling
It's
across
like,
the thing.
I don't care who you are, a fucking ship is going to come down and ruin the building. You're still going to be like, we're fine in here.
It's entertaining.
Yes.
It's so entertaining.
Yes.
It's got
For what
that
happened
kinda
afterwards.
Ghostbusters vibe where everybody's having fun with it. Shit is. Anyways, episode 2 is cool. So we get the Joe guy, and like I said, McLovin and aliens, but they come upon a grisly scene. You got their lips have turned purple because it was like toxin in addition to toxin, and they're bleeding from their fucking eyes and shit. It's crazy. And this chick is like, I'm out of here. Agatha Christie, have the hazmat Agatha Christie this shit. And he's like, yeah, because this is like 1562 of incident report, and they're looking on the screen, and I guess they're finding the face huggers and what the face huggers do internally before the chest burster comes out. Yeah. Meanwhile, the alien is stalking them. You know, it's like, okay, what's this alien doing? He's not immediately killing people. You know, it's intelligent somewhat. I've crashed somewhere. What am I going to do next?
trying to assess
New
the
people are coming
situation.
on board, assessing the situation. So he's stalking. He's following them. And then we ended this death. They have this discussion, these rich or prodigy talk about how they ended death. And, it's an arms race for immortality and stuff, says the dude. And the dude's like he's more interested in finally getting to talk to somebody smarter than him. And I'm like, man, this dude would probably just as much as Waylon did would love to talk to the engineers, but he would also get his head ripped off.
I don't want to talk about that movie.
And then Kirsch and he's like, what about Kirsch? He's like, oh, well, he's information smart. So he's a heavy hitter, but he's saying, no, that's not wisdom. I want wisdom.
Well, he's a synth, right? It's not, he's just averaging together all these things, and he's reciting stuff that he's been programmed with. So, yeah.
But I'm confused because then later on he says, well, maybe these hybrids could do it. I was like, well, the synth can't do it. What's the difference between the hybrids? Because it has a little bit of human consciousness, but it's the consciousness of a child. So I don't think there's something with Kirsch. I think he's maybe an early synth. I don't know. A different kind of synth. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe I'm just digging in the wrong place. Meanwhile, Hermit finally encounters the alien as they're jumping from ledge to ledge, trying to get this place. He's got that mucus that falls on him, and when I said no, I was like, this guy can't die that early because usually the alien will whoop to grab you up there and you're fucked. But he realizes what's happening. He jumps, and the alien jumps with him. Of course, he sucks and he's not able to get across, slams into the thing, falls to the floor down below, which ironically saves his life a little bit because then the alien has to catch up, runs into the elevator, alien slams into the elevator.
Yeah, I like this episode a lot. Not as much as I like the first one, but this was like one of the first ones where I was like, man, you could have done this significantly better. Like him instantly getting in an elevator and shutting the door. It's like, I think we could have filmed it in a way where I'm not going, that's not how elevators work, man. Like, are you out of your mind? So it's like we could have done something cooler there that,
Oh, do all elevators have to close like this?
They do.
Come on. In the future, they close
They
like
either
this.
close instantly and kill old ladies who can't walk in.
They need to, yes, that's right. And then we get a flashback to the dude, to a scene where the dude tried to go to Mars a day earlier, and he's talking to this robot. I like this future. It's dystopian for sure. And you get some of this in Alien Romulus, where she's, well, you got to serve out your contract. But she hacks into a robot because she's watching her brother, and she tries to reach her brother because this is hilarious. So there's another contemporary thing. Ice Age. There's even a scene where the little goofy guy from Ice Age is in Aliens.
pirate, yeah.
It's now canon in the Aliens universe that Ice Age exists. And beware my fury or something like that the little guy
Fury
says.
what? Yeah.
Yeah. And but she selfishly doesn't want him to go away because then she might not be able to monitor him. I mean, Prodigy owns all this stuff, and the trillionaire gave him access. Trillionaire, which unfortunately we're probably gonna. That's where we're headed. We're gonna have
We're halfway there.
Trillionaire now with fucking Elon Musk. It's sad, fucking sad. But yeah, so then she hacks into it. And tries to talk to him, and he's like, "What the? That's
But then she
from my
denies him
childhood."
his dream and forces him to become, you will continue to be a wage slave so I
She's
can
a
watch
child.
you. I know.
She's a child, a dumb
I
child.
totally get it.
Then the AI asked for a tip afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like, denied. Here's
The iPad's gonna ask you a couple questions.
yeah, like, God damn it. Can't escape it.
So I love these 3 ships that fly over, and the graphics look great. And I'm looking around into the city. I'm like, could this be a Blade Runner-esque, thing? And it could still be if in the future the buildings evolve. So there are advertisements in the background that are not quite at the level.
Not enough for flying cars, though. There
Yeah,
isn't
well, we're not there yet, because that's further in the future. But anyways, as these two land, they do a great job on the set design. It may be the same truck that's driving by, this yellow truck that they built for the set is a real truck.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
don't give a fuck. So as long as it looks good. There's even a set of soldiers that I saw on the second rewatch that are soldiers that look completely different to the designs that we've already seen. They almost look like hazmat soldiers. So I think there was a reference to a hazmat team.
Yeah.
So I saw there's like at least 8 hazmat costumes of them. I'm like, man, whoever is doing this is working hard, even for things that'll show up for like 5 seconds. Maybe they'll show up in the future.
It's okay.
But yeah, so it just looks great. And so she shows up. She immediately goes into the tent where, this older veteran, the SWAT guy is like, the police force trying to tell them what's going on. He's like, what the fuck are all these kids doing here? Like, they're acting weird. What is this? Who are you people? It's like, you don't need to know this. This comes directly from the company. He's like, fuck. And then she finds where her brother is, and she's like, where is this? And so they go directly there. It's like level 97 or whatever. And yeah. Oh, in between we get the call. I like this corporate espionage stuff, this interplay. You Tani's like, hey, thank you so much for finding our ship there. Send us the bill. He's like, yeah, it crashed into my fucking building,
Send us the bill.
broke my communications. She's like, send us the bill. He's like,
It's mine.
I'm going to have to take some time here. She's like, can I send a team? I want to send a team. He's like, no team. She's like, well, I'm going to send a team. He's like, you better not because this and that. Blah. So I love that. And, yeah. Oh, I don't know what's going on here with Wendy. So once she comes out of the ship, she's like hearing this crackling and this noise.
I thought she was hearing like the aliens or the eggs.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm thinking.
She's hearing a whole bunch of them.
There's 3 possibilities. The first one is Prodigy is monitoring things through her eyes, so maybe she can tell when somebody is looking through her eyes because he's looking through her eyes the whole time. It could be that she's got some weird connection to the alien because it does draw her exactly where the alien was, and she does kind of sense, the hole that the alien came out of and chased her brother. So there might be a connection, but how is that possible? How does she have a connection to the alien? She wasn't built from the alien.
I just think it's because she hears the eggs. Because during the hearing test, I think
They don't sound like the eggs.
Well, they
That's
said
not
she
the
could
sound
hear
the
like a
eggs
certain
make.
frequencies. Like, she could hear pretty
Yes,
pretty
yes,
good.
there
So I'm
is
thinking,
something with that.
I thought that's what that was.
On second rewatch, when she's looking at the disaster footage on the monitors, there's a throwaway line from one of the people in front of the monitors with the headset. It's like there's some frequency that humans can't hear or something like that.
That's what I thought. So she.
Yeah.
So you think the eggs are making the noise?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably how they communicate. It's like when the eggs are in danger, it kind of summons the drone, and so it's like kind of that's the way that the aliens kind of communicate. And she she's just only hearing it. It's like, remember when you were younger and a TV was on, but it was like in standby mode, and everyone's like, what the fuck is that noise?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to believe that, but the alien behavior is a little different. Because when the alien shows up, he doesn't immediately defend the eggs. Instead, they're going to do the TV thing where he's going to capture him and put him in, form him into the walls, and she's going to have to go there.
Yeah,
Well, he's
Joe's
the only target.
That's the one thing about the series. Joe has plot armor.
Yes.
This motherfucker should have died like 4 times, 3 times, 4 times now. But don't do it too much more or kill Joe. Because we can maybe do or put him in danger where he has to transfer his body and become one of these synths.
You've shown that like all of the non-humans have insane plot armor, because there was the cyborg guy that was standing there and the alien just ignores them while eviscerating every single person in.
Well, that has an explanation in lore.
Yeah, but it's like if we're doing it where all humans are instantly dead,
and the aliens don't really care much about synths, and so here.
But he's only like he's only half.
Maybe the rest of his body is a lot more than we think. His strength is pretty high.
I think the xenomorph still would have been fucking pissed at him because he fucking
he's
shot
the
him.
one that, that's the one
he
thing
shot
that I
him,
was
so
like,
he's like,
you motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the one guy that got me.
It's like, you're so fucking, yeah.
But, okay, so then they run into the pod, and they run, so they split off into the team. So she goes with, what's his name? Slightly, and they go to rescue her brother, while the rest of the kids and the team goes to where the lab. And he runs into this little pod thing, and it's creepy. I'd stay away from it.
Yeah.
He's like, it's fauna, it's flora presenting as fauna. And he leaves one guy behind. I'm like, oh, this may be where he'll die. But the pod doesn't really care about him. Mm-hmm. Or it's inspecting him, it's curious, and then it kind of lets him go.
Yeah,
so we want to see a human next to that thing. And
it's like, this guy's not going to make a good host.
Right, something like that. And then they basically, the team comes into this lab. They see all these dead people from the fucking tick bugs. And then they run into the fucking cat. And I'm like, what is this cat
they see the big fucking sack just running across. They're like, what the
ticks are running away. Yeah, it's like,
that was fucking creepy.
Oh, gross. And it looked good. And
the cat. Why do they always bring a cat to space? The cat always gets the worst of it.
Jonesy survived, but this cat did not survive. Because this had the eyeball, and they got a much bigger eyeball. And it's like, that's the fucking creature. Pops out. Comes at you. I'm like, fuck that. That shit is gross. And then it uses your body. It's parasitic.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's like a new face hugger. It's a great, interesting, completely different design.
Yeah, these synths are still experiencing fear and... Right?
Yeah, they said to a much lesser extent. And so they're like, they don't really
This one chick does seem paralyzed by fear.
Yeah,
her whole character trait seems fear. Because when they're back at the place talking,
like, I wanna go
she's
home.
like really fearful.
Yeah.
It's like her thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, so it comes out them. Luckily, one of the dudes
It tries to
able
attach to one and fight it off, and you throw it on the table, and then
gross,
they finally
the
capture
little suction suckers things, and God knows what happens if it fully attaches, burrow through your skin. And, anyways, he puts it in the box, asks for Kirsch to come over, and what do we do? Kirsch is looking at it, but then he finds the cache of information, connects it, and he finds the eggs. This is what I want. I need you here. And so
he sends Shmi. What about Shmi? Where is we missed him? He's not in this episode. At the end of this episode, he was supposed to meet Wendy down there, and he never did.
Which one?
Shmi.
Which one is Shmi?
The one who was
that was hiding the thing.
Yeah, what happened to Shmi? And then, and meanwhile, Wendy and her companion here think they're bears, and we get the scene of the rich people getting killed by the alien knocking on their door. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're part of an exclusive club. If Boy Cavalier would tell me, then we'll go. But otherwise, we're having a good time. The Caspians are here, or whatever." And I'm like, man, I know what's about to happen here. And I was looking at the statue, and the statue, the alien, is not there, and then it's there, and then it moves. And I'm like, yeah, kills the soldier, does the fucking, does the classic thing. Doesn't hit him in the forehead this time, just hits him straight in the fucking mouth.
Just fucking do it. He's like going so slow.
Well, he's scared. He don't want to make fast movements because he doesn't want the thing to move.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die anyway. Yeah. If he shot it at that close range, he would have died anyway. But at least he would have took it out with him.
But Jesus Christ, I like this scene. He just got fucking taken out, and he's like twirling him around.
I love that it holds him up
everything.
by his face, and he shoots.
I was like, oh
What
my
I thought
God.
was gonna happen is that old rich dude coming out, and I thought he was gonna go peppered, and then the alien was gonna go in, but no, he didn't get peppered. He ran inside. The alien throws the body, and it hits fucking Joe, covers Joe, and the alien runs in there and starts slaughtering everybody. Slightly disappointed we don't get to see a lot of the slaughter, but like I'm allowing it. It's like it is a TV budget, so from time to time they do it in intelligent ways to restrict the budget and stuff. But
it's still
well
a cool
done.
aftermath because you see.
Oh yeah.
Like you said, the Predator
he ripped
like,
through the party.
It just looks fucking gory, and the torso just crawling
away.
I was like, oh no.
And the alien's hiding on the second floor and crashes through the window. Just great visuals. And, he tries to fire, but then he's like, nah, fuck this, and he jumps down. And then this is where he should have died. So I don't know. Maybe there's a connection here. I don't fucking know. Or maybe he was going to drag him down to the hive and turn him into an egg. Because, number one, there's no queen. So these eggs must be the classic egg laying from Alien 1, the cut, deleted scene where the aliens themselves, without royal jelly or a royal face hugger, can create eggs on their own. So maybe he was those. Because I was like, how do we go from one egg in the box to one egg outside the box and multiple eggs around it? And the eggs look slightly darker and different than the normal eggs we're used to. So it's probably original Alien 1 eggs. And honestly, if it's Alien 1, then that's perfect organism. Alien 2 are warrior drones where you can shoot them up and they'll die a little easier. So perfect organism's harder to kill. It's just some alien lore for y'all. Anyways, then what happens? Oh, the Reggie Jackson thing? No, the Predator, the soldiers.
The cyborg comes in and he saves Joe.
Yeah, because it's like, how the fuck is he getting out of this? There's no way.
He uses some sort of like shock
I was
beam.
like, holy shit, there's a laser? And I was like, no, it's like a taser.
It's a taser, and it zaps him, and then he covers him in expando foam, which makes a mess. And then he's like, oh, thank you so much, and then zaps his dumb ass too, and then the
drags this bag of bones, bag of aliens. He's dragging this bag, and these soldiers are like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, supplies? And then the bag rips open, and he's like, oh, you got much bigger problems than me now. Turns away, closes his eyes, tries not to show fear, and it just says, and it just eviscerates people in half a second.
After showing how badly it wanted to kill him in the spaceship and then have it completely ignore him here, it was just like, come on.
Wants to get at the spaceship in that room when he's typing on Mother. So it's loose again, rips the bag open, kills people, leaves him alone. He even, engages his knife. He's going to do battle, but he knows he's going to lose. So, but it leaves and it fights some other soldiers, and you hear the unique sound of these proto pulse rifles, and I like the way they sound. It's cool. I want to sample that. Anyways, she finds her brother. First we do this baseball scene, which I thought was out of place. It's like weird.
It's called Mr. October.
Yeah.
Reggie Jackson is Mr. October.
Yeah, he tried to assassinate the Queen. Do you remember?
Naked Gun.
What movie was that?
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
Yes.
And the third ball was actually owned
what
by
the fuck is this?
Matt Stone. Or no,
What
Trey
is
Parker
this?
in basketball. There's that whole subplot
What
of
is this
basketball.
with his dad and watching highlights, and it's like it's not getting me to care. I know it's trying to get me to care.
Yeah,
I'm not there yet. They're doing this crossfades, dad and him drinking beer or whatever, or drinking root beer, whatever. But eventually, at that exact moment, he goes, "What are the chances?" Because he's into baseball, and he finds Reggie. And then what are the chances that she meets him? And then they find, and then her companion is a blabbermouth. So he's basically instantly tells him, here, this is your sister. We're kids. These are fake bodies. Oh, you're synths? Yeah, we're synths, but we're something else. We're special.
My sister's name is that. It's like, well, actually, that's Wendy's name.
He's like, yeah. You going to tell him? And she's like, don't you do it. He's like, this is your sister.
I like that, though.
What? You weren't going to tell him?
I like
right.
it. You don't
can't
need to
control
drag it
other
out,
characters.
but you don't need to drag it out.
Everybody
though.
has different personalities, and this guy's going to just do whatever he's going to do.
I I was worried that the whole child thing and like their motivations and their actions were going to bother me, and it hasn't yet. And so it's like this is one of those things where it kind of makes sense. And like
it should have by a shittier writer.
Yeah, and it still could. We still could. I mean, we got a lot more episodes to go where it's like I don't care that they're kids. This is fucking stupid, but it's like we're not there yet, so I'm not.
Yeah, hopefully they grow a little faster, or in subsequent episodes they get more serious.
That's what I was hoping for.
Their growth rate is accelerated.
Get more advanced, but still have some child tendencies in there.
Because they are acting like children the whole fucking time. And on second rewatch, I'm watching it, and he's like, he's having a good time. They're children. They're having a great time. Then they go to the eggs. They see the eggs. I never understood this blue light. So that has to be something.
Cool.
That has to be.
It looks cool.
It does look cool, but it doesn't make sense in the lore because I think that blue light was there when they enter the engineer ship, and it looked like it was an internal thing from the engineer ship. But now it seems like Weyland-Yutani. It's a Weyland-Yutani blue light.
Yeah, I thought it was
Let's just say maybe it's a containment. It's
because an alarm went off, right?
Or cooling. Or temperature control, maybe
could be something like that. Because then all of a sudden, that's when she starts hearing weird things. One of the perfect organism freaks out, and he's like, "All right, I got to get to."
It does turn off, so that does make sense logically.
And Joe being a fucking idiot, he sees the egg.
Gotta put your
face in it in the name of science.
Say the line. I'm gonna put my face in it. What review was that? Alien Isolation.
Yes.
That's our Alien Isolation review. Joe does this very same thing.
Why?
It's a trope. It's a funny trope.
It's a bad trope.
Luckily, it's a good trope.
You saw a goddamn alien.
Some tropes are good. Luckily, this motherfucker's
like,
all right, call it in, and he gets up. It doesn't get him. But that's like the 6th time he should have died. And then the alien shows up, and we get the cool Evil Dead hallway thing that the director gets to have fun with, and the alien shows up and it just captures Joe right away. Initially I thought Joe slips and the alien slips, but upon seeing it the second time, it's a complete intentional grab and sunk under, and so he's just takes him to the hive, but it doesn't make sense because that's where the eggs are, so he would then convert him into an egg, but he has to go back. I don't know what's happening here. Television hook for the next episode.
The larder is somewhere else, right? So they've got the whole mucus thing and all of the captured people, and then when the little eggies hatch, then the face huggers will be the ones that move.
And Smee's gonna save him. Maybe
Shmee's supposed to meet them there,
but he got lost.
Yeah, that's true.
Then there's and it ends with another contemporary song. The first episode ended with a modern song. I think it was like Black Sabbath or something, Dio something. Yeah. And then this one ends with Tool, another contemporary song.
Awkward.
And it feels a little out of place for me because I'm not used to this. But when I listen to the lyrics and it kind of has a good style to it, but this is different. I like
those songs, but it's
different. I would prefer it not be there because it's just too contemporary. I just put some musical stings like, from Aliens and
Sting.
Put Sting in.
Yeah.
But yeah, great. Enjoying it. Must watch. We'll see where the character. So the most disinteresting thing for me is the relationship between Joe and Wendy.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I care about the immortality, the 3 different robots,
the 5
evolutions
factions,
of humans.
what's
I
going
care
on?
about the
what is
corporate
Weyland-Yutani
warfare.
going to do now?
I care about the alien. I care about the other aliens. I care about the soldiers. I care, all these different things. Seeing them get murdered and killed.
Morrow.
And I care about Morrow, what his Weyland-Yutani thing is. And one of the first things he's like was, "Where's Boy Cavalier?" And the motherfucker's like, "You mean the trillionaire? Fuck, I know." Yeah, I just work for him. I know where he hangs out. He's on his own fucking island.
I don't know where Elon Musk is. Yeah. What the fuck you want me to do? I can't call him.
But it's funny because the guy's been in deep space forever. He's like, "Hey, I'm kind of in the area. Prodigy. Where's Boy Cavalier?" Yeah, let me just call. That's what he should have done. He might have let him go. Anyways, so maybe we'll get some of Morrow versus Prodigy. Maybe he tries to break into Prodigy. I like that this character's still alive. I like his voice too, so I'm glad that they kept him. But yeah, I don't care about, the brother and sister, what their dad taught them. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I will later, or where they go from here. But yeah, more interest in the alien way, Yutani and Prodigy intrigue, the Proto-Marines versus the creatures, all that stuff. And the eventual cover-up, because, they have to cover this up. And so, yeah, this is good. This is good so far.
This one's still a 9.
Yeah.
8 for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go 8 as well, just because the baseball kind of thing. And then
I just like how the
brother-sister
action,
relationship.
I like how I saw more of the creatures.
But
more
it does ramp up the action.
more of the
does
action.
Get that
so
Predator 2
That's
vibe.
why I'm going with there.
Nice. All right, well, next week is called Metamorphosis. Ooh. And that's directed by the same one that directed the episode we just saw.
Okay.
Again, written by Noah.
I like consistency.
And then we have Observation after that, and then after that, In Space, No One. And then, so that's episode 5 is the flashback. In Space, No One Can Hear You Scream. That's when we get, the creepy Asian dude probably unleashing the aliens and Morrow letting it happen. Because initially there's tension between Morrow and the Asian guy. He's like, hey, cut it out. You're creeping people out when you're staring at them and all this stuff. Hey, stay in line. But he probably lets him do whatever when he gets a message.
Or the Asian
from
guy's
Mother.
a spy from a different faction.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
you're right.
where is he?
Because why would Wayland fuck their own shit up? They
Yeah.
don't want to fuck their own shit
That's
up.
what I was thinking.
They want the samples.
So who is he?
So he might be
for?
be an early hybrid or
Something from somewhere else, yeah.
from Prodigy.
I really, 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 really hope we introduce significantly more human characters, and I know we never say that in monster movies, because now that we are at the point where we have mainly characters that are kind of immune, it's like the aliens don't necessarily want to attack these guys. Like, more fodder, please.
I think I've seen it in some of the clips because they go through the jungle at some point, or they go to Neverland. Because they're walking through the jungle and there's some people I don't recognize. And then episode 6 is called The Fly.
Jeff Goldblum.
Get Jeff.
I gotta get Jeff.
And they don't name the last 2 episodes. They want to keep those secret. So anyways, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And we are definitely going to do a review on these each because I'm such a big fan and the show is doing really well. So go out and see it. Even though it's niche, even though maybe a lot of people may not watch this video or watch the series, please spread the word. Do your part to make this successful because I need more like this. This is well done. All right. We'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe show. Bye, guys.